Hey guys, Blaumagier here, and this is not Let's Play Kid Icarus Uprising. Instead, this is Let's Play 3D Classics Kid Icarus. Why 3D Classics? Well, because it has a save system, and because it has better visuals and new controls that I much prefer. This is, of course, all stuff that neither the NES, Game Boy Advance, or Wii versions have. I don't know, the Game Boy Advance version might have something different. I've never actually played that version. But anyways, go ahead and start the game here. I think I'll let this play out because it's a pretty awesome theme song, and the title screen's so simplistic that you're just not going to hear much of it normally. Awesome. Alright, now you see we are greeted with a Zelda-like save system. So I'll go ahead and enter a new name. Now, of course, the character's name is Pit, so let's just call him Pit. Right, when you select your name, you can choose a control mode. And I think you can actually change this at any time. So I'll show you what the original controls are like first. Okay, you got a little bit of... You gotta run for a little bit before you build up your top speed. You can duck and move left and right while ducking. That looks really weird. You can point up, you can shoot up, but you can't jump up. Well, not while facing up, anyway. And your jump is like that. It's not quite like the original version. And this is your maximum firing speed here. But yeah, it's not quite like the original controls, really. Well, I guess it is. I was gonna say that, you know, the forward momentum is different, but I guess it's not. Okay, enough of that. Let's see. I'll just erase that one. New player. I'll just enter my own name. You could already see I had some high scores there. It's actually the only 2 times I've ever beaten this game because it's so freaking hard on the other platforms that's available on. I'm going to select custom controls. And like I said, I think you can change it just by going into the new player registration and selecting the name that's already there. Anyways, the big difference here is we can now do a normal jump, or we can glide, and we can jump while facing up. And we have a faster rate of fire, although you didn't get to see it there. Okay, so anyways, first we have these snake guys. They're actually called Shimums. I might not be pronouncing that right. And they're going to be all over the place. Now you're going to have a bunch of them coming down, like, seemingly endlessly, but there is a limit to the number of them. See, they're not coming down anymore. So really, it's best to just let them come, kill them, and when they're not coming anymore, go ahead and move on. Now, one thing to notice is that they won't appear until I get the hearts. So, one tactic you can use if you don't want more of them to appear is just leave the hearts laying there. And since these always drop small hearts, which are only worth 1 heart, it's not really that big of a loss. The other kinds of hearts that can drop are the big hearts worth 10 and the half hearts worth 5. Alright, now you're going to find doors all over the place. This one is a strength room. Normally you would get an arrow upgrade here, but honestly this first one it's not possible to get the upgrade because you have to have 10,000 points, and these points are invisible. There's 3 ways to lose points. You lose 10 points for firing an arrow, 300 points for getting hit, and 500 points for hitting a pot in a treasure room. And there's a bunch of ways to gain points. It's usually multiples of 100 that you gain them in. And in the levels that the arrow upgrades are in, besides this one, it's usually not much of an issue. But anyways, one thing to notice is that the screen does scroll up as you go up, and if you fall down you die, unless you have a certain item, which you don't start with any item, so obviously I don't have it. And I missed that last mono eye. There we go. Now over here is the harp. It will turn all enemies on the screen into mallets. And believe me, you want mallets. Mallets are very helpful. Now this path splits in 2 ways. I like to take the one on the right because it leads to a speck-nosed door. And speck noses are a great way to get hearts. Of course, these mono eyes here are pretty good. Over there you see a reaper. Those guys are nuts. In fact, I think Pitt's description of them in Uprising is pretty much on the mark. I believe that's all of those. So let's take care of these speck noses. The speck noses are actually a little bit easier in this version. They don't break their pattern to home in on you if you're near them like they do in the Wii version. And you see some just go left and right. That's all the purpose that these rooms serve, is to give you a chance to get some massive hearts. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and show this once. When Reapers see you, they just go crazy, and they send Reapettes at you. Normally I'll avoid them. Now, one change in this version with the Reapers is that normally if you hit them, they'll turn around and start walking towards you. But in this version, they don't. I didn't mean to do that twice, but whatever. Alright, here we have a treasure room. Now, normally, you'll hit the pots, and either a heart worth 10 or a mallet will appear. But if you're unlucky, the God of Poverty will appear, and you'll lose all your prizes. One thing to keep in mind is that it does cost hearts to break a pot. I think it costs 5 per pot that you hit. And if you manage to hit all but the one with the God of Poverty in it, then the God of Poverty will be replaced with either a barrel, a Potion of the Gods, or a credit card. Honestly, I hope for the barrel. Anyways, there is a trick in order to always win this. Shoot those 2 pots and that pot. And then based on the number of hammers you see, with no mallets, you would save this pot for last and shoot the rest. With 2 mallets, you would save this pot for last and shoot the rest first. If you saw 3 mallets, then you would save the one in the center for last. But since I had 1 mallet, I will save the one in the top right for last. And it was the barrel, which is what I wanted. If I had gotten the credit card instead, which honestly I prefer to get the barrel, because it costs less than hearts. But if I had gotten the credit card, I would just get the barrel at the first black market I come across. Alright, right here is where the new controls are really going to help, because this is normally a really tough jump. But it's not so bad when you can safely float to each block. And you don't have to worry about having a lot of extra forward momentum. You gotta take care of more Reapers. Now you could just barrel through the Reapers, I suppose, but I like to play it safe. Because the Reapettes can stack up some damage on you. And that was pretty bad timing on my part there. And he actually will call more Reapettes, but I think he can only do it while there's no music playing, or the regular music is playing. I could be wrong on that. I know he can't call more Reapettes if there's already Reapettes on the screen, though. And anyways, that frog thing I killed is called a Nettler. Yeah, Nettler, that's it. It's hard to remember the names of enemies in these old games. Because it's not like they're, you know, advertised all the time, unless you're talking about an old school RPG. You know, it's just one of those things you have to know. And up here we'll come across a new enemy called McGoo. It's actually a good place to grind if you want to grind for hearts and experience. And I'll show you how to do that. You'll see them up here. Take a shot and then jump off the ledge here. But you gotta be careful that you don't get hit, because you don't have a lot of life to deal with, and I'm being a terrible shot right now. There you go. And each one drops a half heart. So you can build up hearts rather quickly here. I'm not going to spend much time here doing this. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and go. There's another Nettler up here. Ooh, he got me. And one thing to consider about the hits that you take is that in between stages your life does not refill. But anyways, that does it for 1-1 of the Underworld. This has been Let's Play 3D Classics Kid Icarus. I am Blaumagier, and I will see you guys later.